Don't play with your shadow. My mom always told me not to play with my shadow. She never explained it. Not fully. Whenever I asked why, she'd just say, because sometimes it plays back. I thought it was one of those weird parent sayings. Like don't swallow gum or your stomach will glue shut. So I ignored it. I loved being outside. Hopscotch on the cracked sidewalk. Jump rope until my legs burned. Tag with kids who lived 3 houses down. The sun would stretch my shadow long across the pavement, thin and tall like some giant version of me. Sometimes I'd wave at it. Sometimes I'd stomp on its head. Sometimes I swear it moved a split second too late. But I told myself that was just how light worked. One day it rained. Not a soft rain either. The kind that hits the windows hard and makes the whole sky gray and heavy. Mom told me to stay inside. I remember standing in my room, staring at the wall. The lamp was on, casting my shadow big and dark against the paint. I lifted my arm. It lifted too. I tilted my head. It followed. Then I jumped sideways. And for just a second, it didn't. It twitched before catching up. I froze. Then I laughed. Stop, my mom's voice snapped from the hallway. I hadn't even heard her walk up. She stood in my doorway pale. Really pale. Like she'd seen something awful. Don't do that again, she said. I'm just playing, I told her. Her jaw tightened. Not with that. That. Not it. Not your shadow. That. I did it again the next day. And the next. At first it was small things. The shadow would lean when I stood straight. Its head would tilt when mine didn't. Once, I swear, it raised its hand before I did. That's when the house started changing. The air felt thick, like walking through invisible cobwebs. Doors would be slightly open when I knew I closed them. The hallway seemed longer at night. And the closets creaked. Not like wood settling, like breathing. One night, I was in bed staring at the ceiling. The room was dark, except for the streetlight sneaking in through my curtains. My shadow stretched across the wall beside my closet door. I heard it. Creak. The closet door slowly opened. I pulled the covers over my head. My heart slammed against my ribs so hard it hurt. Then I felt it. Pressure. Like something heavy pressing down on the blanket. On my legs. On my chest. I tried to move, but I couldn't. It was like invisible hands were pinning me down. The air felt thin. My lungs burned. I gasped. Screamed. But it came out muffled, swallowed by the blankets. The pressure got stronger. And underneath the blanket, I could see it. My shadow. Even though there was no light, it was on top of me, pressing me down. Its face didn't have eyes, but I knew it was looking at me. I couldn't breathe. Then, bang, my bedroom door flew open. Get away from her. My mom screamed. The weight vanished instantly. I sucked in air so fast it made me dizzy. The room felt normal again. Quiet. Still. The closet door was closed. My mom wrapped her arms around me. Her hands were shaking. It's okay, she whispered. It's okay. But she didn't sound convinced. After that, things escalated. Cabinet doors would slam at random. The lights flickered constantly. I'd walk past mirrors and see my reflection blink when I hadn't. But the worst part, sometimes my shadow wouldn't be attached to me. It would lag behind, stretch wrong, or disappear entirely. Once, I walked into the kitchen and saw it standing in the corner of the room, by itself, flat against the wall, waiting. The final straw came 3 nights later. I woke up to my mom screaming. Not yelling, screaming. The kind of scream that tears your throat apart. I ran into her room. Her closet door was shut, locked from the outside, but she was inside. Open it, she cried, pounding against the door. It won't let me out. The handle wouldn't turn. The hallway light flickered, casting shadows that moved along the walls like crawling insects. And then I saw it. Her shadow, under the door, sliding out from the crack at the bottom. It peeled away from the wood like liquid darkness, and stood up, behind me. I couldn't move. It leaned down close to my ear, and I heard it whisper. She invited me. The closet door burst open on its own. My mom stumbled out, collapsing to the floor. The shadow snapped back under her feet like nothing had happened. But her eyes looked at me differently, like she finally understood. The priest came the next morning. He blessed the house, sprinkled holy water, prayed loudly in every room. The activity slowed, but it didn't stop, because it wasn't in the house. It was attached to me. Mom called someone else after that. An expert, not a priest, not a pastor. Something else. He said there are things that don't need doors or windows. They need permission. And children are the easiest doors to open. You played with it, he told me softly. You acknowledged it. I started crying. I didn't mean to. He nodded. You don't have to mean to. Mom asked how to make it leave. He went quiet. Then he said something I'll never forget. It only goes away if it attaches to someone stronger. The room felt cold. Mom squeezed my hand. Stronger? She asked. He looked at her. Not me. Her. That night, she tucked me into bed like when I was little. She sat beside me until I fell asleep. I woke up around 3:00 a.m. The house was silent. Too silent. I got out of bed and walked into the hallway. Mom was standing at the end of it, facing the wall. Her shadow stretched long and distorted behind her, almost touching the ceiling. Mom, I whispered. She didn't turn around, but her shadow did. It slowly lifted its arm and waved at me. Her body didn't move, just the shadow. Then it peeled off the floor and wrapped around her. Her shoulders jerked. Her back arched unnaturally. The hallway lights exploded. Darkness swallowed everything. I heard one last thing before I passed out. My mom's voice, but deeper, layered. You're safe now. When I woke up, everything was normal. Too normal. The house felt lighter. The air wasn't heavy anymore. Mom was in the kitchen making breakfast. Smiling. Good morning, she said. Her voice sounded like hers again. But when she turned toward the window, there was sunlight pouring in. Bright, clear, and at her feet, there was no shadow, not even a faint one. I looked down at my own. It was there, attached, still, for now. But sometimes, late at night, when I stand in the hallway, it leans just slightly toward her, like it misses her. And sometimes, I swear, there are two of them, behind me.